And so this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This little dot that we're seeing. Well, what is it, Bob? What exactly is it?
Well, the seventh planet and the most amazing discovery ever in terms of excitement. We'll get to that, I think, during the period of time we have when it's hidden by the moon. Look at the moon approaching. I mean, the telescope is being kept centered on Uranus, very far away, 19 times farther away than we are from the sun. We can see its color, looks like bluish green. That's not a some kind of false image because of bad optics or bad atmosphere or anything. It is the most colorful of all the planets, and that moon's edge is approaching. So we're going to have, we call it a photobomb, technically an occultation where the moon eclipses it. And right before our eyes, not visible from America, but visible from Australia. And we have miraculous clear skies. And here it is. And here it comes. Eric, you excited? Here it comes.
Ooh. We're seeing
And
just
then,
part of it
yep, there it
still
goes.
there.
The occultation is underway. Little blue green planet Uranus. I still see a moment of it, a little tiny bit of it, and now it's
And
gone.
it's just about gone. And it speaks toward how incredibly down to the moment we're getting in terms of predicting these occultations that we know exactly when they're going to happen. But yes, happy photobomb, everybody! Happy Uranus photobomb. We are on our
Absolutely.
way.
And you know,
There's so much to talk about with this incredible planet, and we're bringing on the person who is making it possible for us to see it today. That we're welcoming on Jonathan Bradshaw. So thank you so much for coming on today to talk with us. There's, I think, so much going on here, and it's going to be great to get your perspective on this matter. And so this is Jonathan coming to us live.
Yes, no, that's right, and thanks for having me on the show and invite me to help you out with the feed again because it's always really good fun. It's especially good fun when the weather is marginal, as you mentioned earlier. You know, you're chasing holes in clouds. All you can do is sit and hope that everything's going to go well. And I'm quite honestly amazed that we got to saw the ingress, and I'm fingers crossed we're going to get to see the egress in a short while.
notice it's a little squashed. It's a fluffy planet, not as fluffy as Saturn, not perfectly round. Uh, has a spin rate of a little less than an earthly day, enough to make it a little bit squashed. Not as wild a spin as Saturn or Jupiter has, but enough so that it's not perfectly round. Fascinating place. I think you'd agree, wouldn't you, Jonathan?
Oh, it is. It is. It's an amazing planet and a beautiful planet with through a telescope. It's an absolutely lovely little view. And if you get a chance to look at Uranus and Neptune together, if they're in that part of the sky, they're never too far away at the moment. So um, you see the same sort of coloring, and you can discern the disk as well, which makes it really pretty. And they're wonderful things to see. Um, just mentioning those rings though, and back to the subject of occultations, that's how we discovered the rings of Uranus. So
Mm.
Uranus went
Yep.
behind a
Yep.
star, and as it was going behind that star, before it got to it, the star flashed 5 times. Um, then the planet went behind in front of the star, and then the rings flashed 5 times on the way out, and they discovered that Uranus had rings. So they weren't discovered telescopically. Um, they were photographed by space missions, but discovered using this wonderful, as I say, a solar system-sized lab called an occultation. Um, similarly, recently, the Centaur, which is an asteroid, basically, which is between Uranus and Neptune, I believe. It's not a trans-Neptunian object. It's before that. Chariklo was discovered in occultation to have 2 rings. Uh, so, you know, watching these events, you never know what's going to happen and what you're going to discover.
What you're seeing here in this sort of really unexciting screen is the live feed, and we're hoping that we're going to see a gap in the clouds, which there is a bit of cloudy weather, to see the ending of this occultation, the reappearance of Uranus after it was photobombed by the moon, and we're only just about a minute away. coming up.
Right. Now, if we don't get that and we're just sitting there, you and I talking, what should we do? Should we sing that a cappella music thing that we've been practicing for the audience?
Well, we've been doing it for months. It's about time. It's about time. We have recommendations, and we do have things to talk about. Even if it doesn't happen at the end, it did happen at the beginning. And so I can give you an idea of where to head in this live broadcast if you didn't quite see it at the beginning. But okay, so we're just about 30 seconds away, getting very close to it, and still not looking optimistic. But we're gonna view it till the end. We're gonna try and see this.
Right. Now, the moon is in the center of the field of view. Just to remind you, the moon is blocking that. So there's darkness in front of Uranus. We're now a matter of seconds before it's going to uncover it. But in front of all of that, are there clouds? We saw clouds coming and going at one point in the broadcast, not in the beginning, fortunately, when we saw the disappearance of Uranus. But let's find out just a few seconds. 3, 2, 1. Now, Uranus is
This is
now,
it.
according to math and physics and science and all calculations, there it is. It's now appeared from behind the moon. But are there clouds in front of that? It would seem so.